team, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Rise Above, where we are having a super duper fantabulous day. Team, today I want us to talk about a subject that's a little tougher than most, and that is helping a team member return back to work in the loss of a loved one. I have recently faced this with the loss of my mom, and I want to share my experiences with you all, just in case you may have a team member that's losing a loved one or that has lost a loved one and they're returning back to work. Okay, team, pull up your chair and let's start discussing. So, in losing my mom, I had a lot of team members to call. I had a lot of flowers and cards sent, but I also had individuals that expressed they didn't know how to approach me because of the loss of my mom. I think, team, there are various ways and there's various forms that we can help our team members when it comes down to coping with the loss of a loved one and as they return back to work. I think for the most part, just listening to the individual speak about their loved one and the memories that they had with their loved one. I had individuals that sat down and they would just listen at me talk about the wonderful times that I had with my mom. Some gave comments and others, they just listened. That was wonderful to me. It made a world of a difference. Something that you can do as well is, depending on how deep the individual is with depression or anxiety, you can offer professional help. And there's a way that you can offer professional help opposed to just throwing it out there. You need a therapist, or would you like to speak to a counselor? You know, you don't want to do them like that. You probably want to ask, have you thought about speaking to a professional about the way you're feeling? That's a great way to put it, team. I didn't have to do that by the grace of God. Another thing that you can do, team, is ask the individual, is it okay to pray with them to help them cope with the loss of a loved one? Some people want prayer. Some people would basically not want prayer. But if the individual would like prayer, pray with them. If they turn down the prayer, pray for them afar. Sending flowers. I'm here from Georgia and my mom lives in Florida. That's where her funeral took place. To see my coworkers send flowers to Florida for my mom, that was just so encouraging to me and wonderful. So sending flowers is another way of comforting your team member. And also cards. Oh my gosh, cards can express so many wonderful words that can comfort your team member. I received so many cards with gifts in them, money, and I tell you, there's nothing like having money to help close out some of the things with your loved one and helping with traveling arrangements. That's just super and phenomenal. So if you have it, that's another way that you can help your team member, as well as sending a text. Now, this is what everybody does nowadays. They send that instant message. There's a text coming in, so you can send a text as well. with helping that team member cope with the loss of a loved one. So there's various ways just to help your team member cope with the loss of a loved one. And as they return back to work, I think it's important that you fill them out. Don't bombard them with questions and asking them how they feel. For the most part, just be there. Let your presence be there. And that is more than enough. So I hope that I have helped you think about ways to help your team members that may be dealing with a loss, or someone that you know that's dealing with a loss in your workplace or outside of your workplace. I think that these are some tools that you can utilize to help that individual. I want to thank you so much for watching Let's Rise Above, where we are having a super duper fantabulous time, team. And until next time, you go and be that change agent that I know you are, and encourage all your team members in the midst of losing a loved one. Bye bye.